internet, or morning, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this or where you're from. My name is Michael Hamm, and this is Michael Hamm Does Stuff, the show where Michael Hamm, that's me, does stuff, and if you're lucky, things. Now I know a lot of you out there have been asking, but Michael, when will you do things? Well, not today, Satan! As you can probably already tell from the title, today is Comic Bento Day! That's right, the Comic Bento is back.
Backstreet's back, alright.
So, there's a wall. For those of you who don't know what a Comic Bento is, you should probably go back and watch my previous videos, because I'm not going to explain it in depth here. But essentially it's a subscription box like Loot Crate, but instead of getting a bunch of stuff that you don't need, you only get comic books! You pay them $20, and then they send you a bunch of comic books that are worth like $50 or $60. So let's open this bitch up! Step 1 in opening up a comic bento is finding a knife that is both comically large and incredibly dangerous. Step 2 is opening the box in a way that is not only dangerous to yourself, but others around you. Step 3 is opening the box and preparing for the orgasmic sound of bubble wrap popping. The next step is taking the comics out of the plastic. With a comically large knife. Now just embrace.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe.
Well, that was fucking weird. Let's move on to the comics. This week the theme was fight, and there are 5 comics in the box totaling up to $84 worth of comics. Not only is that price point incredible, but the comics this month are even better. The first comic is XO Man of War Enter Ninja, which is basically about a ninja who gets a space suit. Like an alien tech suit. A ninja in an alien tech suit fighting the military. The art is great and there aren't too many words, so that's a win for me. The next comic is Executive Assistant's Hit List Agenda, starring Violet, Lotus, and Orchid. It's basically a bunch of hot babe assassin ninjas, kind of Charlie's Angels style, but a little more tech savvy, gory, and naked. And not just women, naked men too. Naked women and naked men. Just everywhere. Lots of heads being blown up too. This is pretty fucking awesome. The third comic is Highlander, which, unfortunately, I've never seen Highlander. But if you tell anyone, I'll kill you. With a comically large knife. There's no actual write-up in here about what this is about, or what's going on in here, because it's just kind of a freebie that they tossed in, maybe at the last second, or maybe on purpose. I don't know, do I look like I work for them? Either way, the art's great, and I'll probably read it. Next up is Daredevil Season 1, which for some reason is in plastic, so I can't open it. Oh, you think you fancy just because you want some plastic? She thinks she fancy. I think I'm just gonna use my hands instead.
It's hard to breathe.
I'll stop that. Basically, this is a retelling of Daredevil's origin story, so if you know how Daredevil came to get his powers and where he started from, then this is that, but a little bit different. Daredevil faces off against Owl, Purple Man, and Mr. Those are the worst names. Those are the worst names ever. Daredevil faces off against Owl, Purple Man, and Mr. Fear for the first time. But it's not what you remember. Owl, Purple Man, and Mr. Fear's costumes are just as bad as their names, so read it just for that. The fifth and final comic is a little bit more obscure than the rest of them, but I'm excited to read it nonetheless. It's called Superman Batman Vengeance. Now, I'm not 100% sure who either of these characters are, but I'm really excited to give it a read. Obviously, I'm kidding because I am so goddamn pumped to read this comic book. It's written by Jeff Loeb, who I absolutely adore. He's the writer of Spider-Man Blue, Daredevil Yellow, The Long Halloween, Dark Victory. In addition to that, the art is done by Ed McGuinness and Dexter Vines, who are powerhouses in the industry. I love their colors, I love their inks, I love their pencils. They're both just brilliant artists. I really don't have anything to say about this comic because I honestly think that it speaks for itself. I guarantee that this will be the first comic that I read, and I guarantee that it's going to be incredible. If you bought a comic bento box this month, you are so lucky.
Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been.
That's right, I lied. I did it again. Deal with it. That's really all I have to say about this month's comic bento. If you want information on how to get your own, I will put it in the description because I really honestly have not learned how to put one of those stupid friggin' boxes here where you can just like click it. You know where they, on the late night shows and they're like, they see something funny about clicking it. I don't know how to do that yet. So like leave a comment, just tell me how to do that and I will maybe do that next time. Not this time because I don't know how to do it. But thank you for watching. I'm sorry I didn't take off my shirt. Good night.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good